self-made kings. That means anything that you want to be in life, you can be that. We all kings. The show Still is all about inspiring, motivating, galvanizing, bringing us all together, and just trying to take this to another level. We know that we all got it in us. That's our calling. You are queens, ladies, and we are kings. And so that's what we call for, and then hopefully we can step into our calling, and then everybody can start pushing each other's, and we can get there. Come on this journey with us, y'all. Hey, here we go again, man. Self-Made King Podcast. And y'all already know who it is, and you know who we are. So here we go again, man. We rolling along just like the 18th episode. And we just moving along, man. Y'all go check us out on YouTube, man. And y'all like and subscribe. Right now, we got 6 episodes out, man. We got some of our guests that's already been on here. So we all gonna get a chance to check that out, man. But today, we gonna get this going, man. We got a good show going today. And first of all, I want to introduce myself. I'm The Dream, and we're going to give a couple shout-outs in the house right quick. We got Never Speak Frankenstein, but we're going to speak a little bit today, but y'all know what he means. That means shh, okay? All right, we got Big Lou in the house, man, and everybody rolling, man. I'm going to give a couple shout-outs. We got people all the way down south, down there in the MIA. We want to give y'all love. Y'all giving us a bunch of love down there. Overtown, Big Red, Shine, all y'all. We love y'all down there. Baba Jean over there in Alabama. We getting love over there in Atlanta, man. We got love all up here up north. You know we working right back here towards this way, and this always near and dear to our heart. So guess what? We all the way up here, man. So Toledo, Columbus, Dayton, Cincinnati, all of them, man, they chiming in. We go check the channel out, man. They be getting views, we getting everything. So everybody, man, y'all just hop on board. We rolling, man. Okay? So this how we gonna do today. First of all, man, we've been doing this Black History thing all this week, man, and we've been trying to just dabble into around here, man, and just go off in the rough. We've been plucking diamonds, man, all week long, man. You know what I'm saying? People that's, I mean, done big things around here, and they just kind of like seem like they just go off to themselves and don't be no support. Maybe they get a little celebration right here, or even when they was achieving all them accolades and stuff. But when you come back home, this is where it all should be happening at, right here. So this is what the show all about. Self-made kings. That's what it's all about. It's about coming out your comfort zone. It's about getting to that next level, pushing yourself, man. I mean, it's a lot going on. Pandemic. We got wars. We got all types of stuff, man. And it's time for everybody to get up off themselves, man, and get to moving, man, and start doing something. Whatever your dream is, it don't matter. Go do it. Try it, man, because tomorrow not promised to nobody. Okay? So we're going to get that out, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what that self-made king thing, man, but y'all know what it is. But now we're going to get on to what the show really about. We did pluck this diamond up out of the rough around here. He already done some things, man, around here, and y'all know it. He already, man, one of the best basketball stars that came from around here, man. And I know him. I've been around him. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This cat gentle, but on the court, woo-hoo-hoo, you better watch out, a straight assassin. But I'm going to introduce him. This is Arron Hutchins, so who don't know him, you better get to know him tonight. Hey, all right, man, talk just a little bit for my dude, man. Okay. What's up with Arron, man?
Not much, man.
What's up with my brother?
How you doing?
This is my brother, man. For real. You know what, bro? I'm glad to have you on the show, though.
All right.
For real.
All right.
You know?
Appreciate y'all having me,
yeah,
man. Appreciate you.
Bro, I you know, you done a lot of things around here. You done played ball and things. And I mean, you done took it to another level. And I want to try to find out, I want to start from the beginning. I know we can jump right into a lot of things, but I want to bring them from where you come from, bro. You know, because it's about you today. This show is about you because, like I said, I feel like you that diamond in the rough around here. You the one that been through this little history. I mean, it's some things that you done that it's only very few done around here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at your bio, I go through it, bro, and it's like I told you that. I just kept on reading. But all along, I remember when you was doing it.
Right.
Okay. So now I want the people to know about this, man. This dude, he was born a twin, right? But when he wasn't supposed to be here. He wasn't supposed to be here, man. And that's where this tenacity, man, I believe, come from. I mean, I don't know your story, bro, but when I read about you, it's like, bro, man, this cat had 6 heart attacks when he was little.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the hardships, bro, where you started. Tell me where Arron come from.
Well, I just come from, you know, being born and being premature, being the little one.
The little one.
You know, always being, I was the baby.
Okay.
You know, and so I was the last one off the porch.
Okay.
So I got to see everything when it came in the house, per se. You know, and then I got to really test myself when I was able to go out and run behind them. So
Right.
I was the younger brother, which is always really the stronger brother.
Yeah.
Because he get to see
that's
everything.
right. That's right.
You
So
know,
that's
so-
what you equated to, just because
Yeah,
you was able to.
so I'm
Okay.
like the run of the family.
Okay.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I was the one they
Ooh.
didn't count on.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The one they wanted to protect.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so
Okay.
when I was able to protect them, this was my way of protecting them, which was making a namesake so they can have their name, you know, higher than I
There you
was,
go.
you know,
There you
because
go.
I was the one pushing, they was the one leading. So that's how I
That's
looked
crazy.
at the family, you know, from my aspect of it. And,
That's real. That's real.
you know,
That's
being
real.
from I would call my family diverse.
Okay.
Now, can't nobody else call my family diverse but me and my family.
Talk.
You know, because I was raised by different members of my family
Okay.
when others wasn't.
Yeah.
So I got to live over here, over there, and out there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then so I was kind of forgotten and then remembered
Okay.
in different ways in my family. So my some people remember me as, oh, you such and such son.
Yeah.
And then other people remember like, oh, you such and such son. Oh,
Okay,
that's your
okay,
mom. Or
okay,
no, that's
okay.
your mom. So
Right.
people don't really know my true dynamics of my
Yeah.
family because I was the kid that was, like I said, I was the last out. So everybody grown and they
Yeah.
got to take care of the little one
Yeah.
as he looking toward his father,
Right.
you know, up to his brothers
Yeah,
and
for
getting out
sure.
the house. So
Yeah.
I
That's
was a
real.
dynamic family.
That's
you
real.
know, I grew up different too because I was the one everybody picked on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's where all
And-
this come from, man. Now we getting into the meat, y'all.
Yeah, I was the
Okay.
one everybody picked on per se. Where you know, I got the name calls and all of
Yeah,
that, and I was the little one. So
Yeah.
you know, you can look at me and tell me you can beat me up.
Right.
So
Okay.
I grew up with a little man complex.
Yeah.
So my idea of the little man complex was to beat the bully
Okay.
at his
okay.
own game.
That's right.
You know, so
Okay.
I would go prepare in the backyard, and everybody else wanted to show their skills out in the open.
Now check this out,
You know,
man.
so that's why I was unknown because I would go in the back. I would go in the tunnel. I would go in the, you know, even to this day when I train my athletes, I like to do it on my own.
I'm gonna tell you something about that because, and I know that because you hitting the dead on the head because guess what, bro? I mean, you used to come to the Y, and this was when I was just finishing up basketball then, still trying to get my little hoop on a little bit. You would walk through there, everybody in the gym be trying to get him to come to get to play on this team. Come, they go Hutch. What you would do? That cat walked right through everybody. I mean, everybody that had a name out there was there. Everybody out there. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Out there hooping. This was that time when everybody was going up to the Y and stuff like that. There's still some big names out there. And man, you'll walk right onto the other side and you'll go over there and you'll do your thing, man. You'll do your thing. I mean, I ain't never see you. I never saw you. Like I say, I was just getting ready to stop shooting basketball then, but I remember you then. And I can never say that I saw you out there, you know, shooting ball. But tell me this though. Okay, so what's this part about you used to shoot shots with a what type of ball? And you used to shoot how many times? You used to get up on top of the roof. You went and found balls on top of Washington McKinley.
Oh, okay. I didn't get
Tell
to
us
that
about this, man. This when
Well,
you
I
first.
don't know. I remember the story is there used to be a rim. I don't know if people remember back behind Washington McKinley. I lived on Albert Street. I grew up on Albert Street right by Sugar Street.
Okay.
So that was my school, Washington McKinley. I would go down to Washington McKinley and play. My brother Anthony, he was like Spider-Man. Yeah, I called him Spider-Man. And he used to like to climb stuff.
Yeah.
And anything that was basically unclimbable, he could climb. So he showed me how he used to climb the school building and get up on top of the school. So what we used to do was in school is we used to say we needed to play football or basketball. We played all the sports growing up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we would kick the balls on top of the school.
Yeah. That way we'll get it later.
And we would go play on top of the roof after school. So there was this one little court down there that it wasn't a basketball court, but it was a court with the numbers around it. I don't know what it's called. Anybody help me with it?
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to name the game. I don't know. It was a wiffle game. I can't think of that game. Remember when they had the yeah. That's what this dude used to shoot in.
That was the first game I mimicked basketball on, and I used to run around the pole, and I used to be calling out the numbers that I wanted to come out in. And one day, David Lyles walked in with Damon Lyles.
David Lyles, that's right.
And he had a basketball team, Morris McKinley. And he seen me out there every day playing on this court by myself. And one day he asked me to come in and work with his team, you know, play on his team or practice with his team.
But you was too young then.
Yeah, I was too young. I was younger than them. But he just seen a kid that wanted to play.
Okay, that's how he was. That's how he took Ladine.
And so from that is history. Because after Mr. Lyles, Coach Lyles, I've never really received enough, I should say, not basketball knowledge, but just the gift of what I'm doing at my position. He taught me so much about the position.
He was serious about it,
of
bro.
basketball.
That's right. Shout out to Mr. Lyles, too.
Yes. Shout out to Mr. Lyles. And, and all the Lyles family.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just remember everything that he taught me from day one. The first thing Mr. Lyles did to me is he made me play defense for 2 weeks without a ball. So for 2 weeks that I met him, this man never let me touch a ball.
That's him. Slap that ground.
Now all I did was play with a ball. I told you I used to kick balls, and I had every ball I had. You know, every time I got in trouble, it was about a ball. It wasn't about getting in trouble. It wasn't a girl. It was about a ball. And so that was the majority of my life, is around a ball.
So the skills come from dribbling up and down Albert Street all night long and dodging potholes and throwing passes up against trees. Oh, Lord have mercy, man. Look at this.
I didn't know
Who do that, man?
I didn't know what me and my brother was doing then. I didn't know how far out that is, even today's date, of a kid to even be able to do that. But my thing was to not let the ball hit the ground. And so I would take the ball and throw the ball behind my back and then catch it off the tree. And my thing was to get the angle right from the tree as my speed and the distance.
All alone.
And so another game I used to play with myself growing up was, you know, every kid played it, where you took the ball and you threw it on the step. And you had to hit the point of the step to make it come back. But I wasn't allowed to hit the screen, though.
No, they better not do that one.
I hit the screen, though. The game's over.
It's over with.
So that was the way I played endless nights of challenge with myself with that type of game. I used to dribble in rocks, so I'd know how to dribble when the ball didn't want to dribble with me. You know what I'm saying? So those things made me who I was. I broke my shoulder when I was a freshman in high school. I played for Columbus Mifflin. I was down in my 8th grade, 9th grade year. Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. What was the next turn then? I mean, why didn't you play ball here at that time? Well, you know, I lived with Milt. That's how me and Jamar and all of us met. So they was like my, I call them my intern family.
Hey Milt, all right.
Yeah, I was a intern.
Jamar worked with my grandson, and he cold. You know, all because of Jamar.
Jamar was that kid. You know what I'm saying? He was a ball of energy. And I sensed it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And, so I lived with Milt because I needed to go to Shawnee because my mom lived in Columbus. So her idea of me living in Lima was something I didn't like. It was for me to move out the hood or live out the hood and try to get to Shawnee. It's the only way she was going to prove me not staying with her.
Right.
So I had to do that. So I did that as good as I can. My granddad used to come pick me up every morning, take me to school. So I did that for 2 years. I went to Maplewood in 5th grade. Then my mom said, nope, you coming with me in Columbus. So I went to Champion in 6th grade. Down off of, I think it was Broad Street, right off behind East High School. I think they tore it down now. And then I went to 7th grade. I moved back because we had these deals where I could come back.
You could come back?
I just had to.
You were just dodging back and forth?
Yeah, she wanted to be with me for a year.
I got it.
You know, and she also knew my love of basketball, and I wanted to play with my brothers. But I was too young to play with my brothers, but I had a passion to want to beat them whatever they did. So that was my passion. So 8th grade, 7th grade, I moved back to Shawnee. I went to the middle school. And then 8th grade, she moved me back to Columbus. I went to Clinton Middle School down there on Carl Road. And then 9th grade, I went to Mifflin off of Sunbury. So I played ball for them too. And then what made me come back, full circle. What made me come back to Lima was I went to my coach's office. I was playing football. I was going to be playing quarterback next year. I was going to be a sophomore.
You was playing football too?
Yeah, I was playing varsity quarterback behind, back up, and linebacker, whatever. I was just a monster because I like to tackle.
Yeah, come on.
And so, I played basketball. So after this, I played JV for half the season, and Cats was ineligible. So I ended up starting varsity half of the season. So we ended up losing to Columbus Briggs. They had Tommy Fagan, Tony Rice. Shout out to Tommy Fagan, Tony Rice, if y'all watching this.
Shout out.
So I went to the coach's office. He was playing football. I was doing squats, lifting weights.
Okay.
And I went in the football lab, and I was trying to get a T-shirt or a towel or something to wipe off with. And I looked in this bag. It was a garbage bag. I thought it was some towels. And I looked in it, and it was a bunch of college letters. So I looked at them, proceeded to look at one. Thought I seen my name. I kind of threw it back almost, and I looked at it, and it was my name.
So and this was, go ahead.
This is my freshman year in high school.
Wow, okay.
And so then I looked in the bag some more. It was my name again.
Okay.
Looked in the bag some more. All of them was mine.
And he wasn't telling you?
It was a half a garbage bag full of letters from colleges that I didn't even know I was getting. So
wow.
From that moment on, I knew I wasn't going to stay there. Even though, shout out to Coach Barnes.
Okay.
Unfortunate that had to happen.
Yeah.
But no ill wills to Mifflin or nobody else. It was just something that hit me that it was time. It was my time.
Yeah, and like you say, it moved you in the direction you went.
Yeah, it took me back home.
So how you break your shoulder?
Playing outside, just playing with my friends, and end up trying to block a guy's shot vertically, and he pump faked me. And I was either going to do two things. I was going to try to hold myself to the backboard. Right. Or I was going to fall over, and my hang time ain't that good. So I ended up falling over his arm trying to hold myself up and broke my shoulder. So that was a blessing in disguise because that formed the ambidextrous Arron.
Okay.
The ambidextrous, shout out to Duran Moore.
Yeah, okay.
He was the first little, guy I seen that was ambidextrous when we was in first grade. We was in first grade. So I always wanted to be ambidextrous.
Yeah.
So I knew that was the evolution of my game was to be that in the first place. So that was a chance for me to do that. So what I did was I played all the guys that I could barely beat with both hands.
Yeah.
I played with my left hand only.
That's crazy.
And so at that moment, that's when I decided I was getting better because I was beating them with my left hand. With my right hand behind my back.
Wow.
So at that moment, I said, let me go back home.
Okay.
And play with my brother for one more year. Only got one more year left.
Right.
The time was the essence to me.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had to get back up here. So I made a deal with my mom. I said, if I go back to Lima, we always had these deals, me and my mom, his dad. I would pay her back in points.
Okay.
And so whatever it costs, I had to give her that many points.
Yeah. Okay.
And so my thing is that let me go back and play with my brother for one more year.
Okay.
And we'll go to state.
And your brother was going to LCC at the time?
Yeah, he was at LCC.
Okay. So what, you never thought about, going to Lima Senior? Or, I mean, when you came back, your mind was just going playing with my brother?
That's not allowed. That's illegal in my family.
It is? Why?
That's illegal in my family.
Seriously? But that's because of the academics at the time, how all that was coming through on that end, or what or because of just I'm going to mess around and get in trouble if I go there?
I think that was just simply my mother's mindset.
Yeah, she knew.
She wanted a different route.
Yeah. Because she knew what was going to happen.
We was younger. We didn't know what the politics was or what was going on. It was just that, we knew. She always told me as a kid that you ain't gonna be good as you can be around your own kind.
Nope.
And she said you need to be good on both sides. Yeah. And so that was her evolution for me was to basically teach me how to talk, teach me how to walk. And get me out of the hood and be able to come back to the hood and still be able to survive. And that's what she did.
That's crazy. So you go so you move on, you go to LCC. And what you do with LCC, man? You take them to 3 championships?
No.
I mean, what y'all
I would say championships. We took them to 1 championship. We took 2 semifinals and 1 championship.
I mean, so how you ended up on the record book over there?
Just doing something that nobody was doing then. You know, wasn't nobody taking your team down the state 3 times in a row, or even going down the state.
That was nobody doing that.
You know, back then it was, and then to do it in the way we were doing it.
Yeah.
We wasn't just winning. We was heard around the state.
3 games. I mean, 3 years, 75 and 5.
Yeah.
Man, going on, man. 3 years, 75 and 5.
I think
Y'all think about that.
It was 70. I think
it was something like that. I don't know what it was.
I think my record would end up being 76 and 6. I think that's
Woo! That's crazy, bro.
But I think that's the record because we lost 4 games my sophomore year.
Okay.
When I came, and I was with the best team I feel like we had.
Wow. Okay.
So we lost 4 games that year trying to figure out the chemistry, trying to figure out, okay, my brother was a senior, I was sophomore.
Okay.
And we had Dwight McNeil. And so we were trying to figure out, Dwight was a junior, my brother was a senior, I was sophomore.
Okay.
So I knew I had another year with Dwight. Then I had a year to myself.
Okay.
So I let my brother do his thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was kind of like second fiddle to him.
Right.
I wanted him to lead.
You know what I'm saying? He was good too.
Oh yeah, he was the one I was looking up to.
Yeah,
because I was letting him lead. This is his show. This is his last hurrah.
Right.
I can't outshine him, and it's my first year coming to LCC.
Got you.
So I'm the new guy. I can't just go over there and take over. You know what I mean? Plus he's my big brother.
Yeah.
I got to go home, like I said.
For sure.
And so you know, after he left, you know, me and Dwight had our chance, and so we did the same thing, but we did it flawlessly.
Yeah, this one we cut up.
Yeah, we did it flawlessly. We figured out, okay, this is what we got to do. Okay. And then when he left, I said, okay, I know how to do it with them, but I've been doing it really by myself.
Right.
Because I've been orchestrating everything.
Yeah.
You know, so let me orchestrate it by myself and let me see how it's done. So when it was orchestrated by myself and I had no one to defer to, no one to actually go to.
Right.
No one actually, you know, tell me what to do. I was able to just do what I wanted to do.
It's my show.
You know, and make it look like the way I wanted to look.
Now, who was playing ball in Lima then at the time?
Oh,
what was Lima's senior team looking like at that time?
Oh, they had the 92 team that went to state.
That was the 92 team. That was when they had Simpson and all of them.
Yeah, that's their Hall of Fame team.
Yeah, Boogie and all of them.
Yeah, they had that great
team.
You
was over there. You was over there clowning then.
Yeah.
But check this out, though. So when you you done that for 3 years over there. I mean, you done made all Lima. You done it all around here, right? So now, when you got ready to graduate and you went back to that bag, and that bag this time, how was that bag handled this time? Somebody say you had over 60 offers? And who gave it to you? Seg had them all on the desk right there in front of you.
How that went was
shout out to Seg too over there, man. Shout out to Seg. Coach Segerson, you know this. Yep.
Yeah, but how Seg kind of presented this to me was, you know, old Thomas Terry.
Yeah, I know Thomas Terry, Mutt.
Yeah,
come on, man.
All right, shout out to Mutt.
Shout out to Mutt, baby. That's my dude.
Shout out. But he used to tell me about him.
Yeah.
And so he told me how he wore the number.
Yeah.
And everything.
He told you about Mutt. That's crazy.
And so he's, you know, he from the hood. And, you know,
that's right.
So, you know,
Laws they good.
And Seg ran with my father. So, you know, he telling me all the stories about how they used to run together.
Yeah.
So he told me how he wanted to go to Marquette. But, you know, things happen.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, other than that, that was kind of where, in my head, the first story he ever told me about somebody good at, you know, at LCC that I can relate to. You know,
I mean, he told you about Curly too, probably.
Yeah. So, but I used to walk up Spring, you know, and try to just bump into him.
Okay.
They don't know that.
Come on.
You know, they don't know that though. But I was looking for knowledge. I was looking for anything that I can get to grasp onto, and I think this was probably after I signed.
But see, you know what then? Now, if you would have had to go in the hood, you would have had to go looking, because we had names then. Everybody had the names then. I mean, you got A.K.A. Hot Sauce.
Right.
You got Baby Jordan.
Right.
You got all these nicknames. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. And but back then it was Mutt. It was Dip. It was Boss Hog. You know what I'm saying? We had all them different type of Von Doodles. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it was different type of names there. Just was funny how we had all the names back then.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But you got this different name. But you say you was going in the hood still trying to run into them cats because, but I'm telling you, brother, when I came up here, there was the coldest cats around here in ball. And to this day, if one messed up right now, he get up on the court right now, bro, and eat you up.
Yeah.
I mean, so you know it, know it, and you already heard it from around here.
I don't.
Everybody,
see, that's the thing about me. I don't. They
so
say
that was
I'm
good
a.
that you went looking for him, man.
Yeah, they say I'm a myth. I'm a myth right now.
Loved it.
I'm a myth right now. See, they don't really see me play.
Right.
You know, so I'm a myth to
How
them,
can you be a myth, bro? So okay, so with all those letters and stuff, you said Sig went on and told you. How did the trip end up being to Marquette out of all of those offers that you had to go?
I think. Well, I took a lot of unofficial visits because remember back then you had to pass a score.
Okay.
And so I kept teetering on that line of passing that score.
Okay.
And so I think they lowered the score actually, and then I ended up getting the original score I should have got in the first place.
Okay.
And so then I was able to take the official offers, but my thing is that too much was going on in my life at that time, and too much I went through. I was tired. You know what I mean? I was tired. I was ready to commit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Per se, I was ready to commit because my brother had went through this whole process.
Okay.
You know, back then you couldn't talk to underclassmen, but I was underclassmen where they could talk to me.
Okay.
So I did all the recruiting for my brother. You know, I talked to all the coaches.
Okay.
You know, when they called the house. So when my turn was coming, I didn't want that attention.
Okay.
You know, I wanted to settle in on being able to know where I was going to school and then playing my senior year out peacefully. And that's the message I push to everybody is that you trying to sign before your senior year. You're not trying to wait around. You know what I'm saying? You always can, you can commit, but they ain't committed to you.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's real. That's real. That's real.
They ain't committed to you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the only thing you can do to commit yourself is really fully sign.
Okay.
You know, so I signed, and then that was my way out. And so once I got that, I was peaceful. I can rest in peace. I could play the game the way I wanted to play.
Okay.
And that's what you seen. You seen a guy at peace.
Did you feel like that's the house or? Because Marquette was really it's a known program, man.
Well, back then, Seg was the only guy I really trusted to really spit this stuff with.
Okay.
You know, so me and Seg would talk a lot.
Okay.
And we would have conversations, and I always tell this is that he asked me the question. I always take one question somebody asks me and put so many ways onto it.
Yeah. Okay.
It could be a silly question.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make it make sense in a million ways.
Come on.
So he asked me what type of splash did I want to make.
Okay.
And that was it. And when I heard the word splash, I knew what he meant.
Yeah.
And so he said, you want to make a big splash? You know, you want to be a small fish in a big pond or a big pond, small fish.
Okay.
And what type of splash do you want to make? So I already had made the splash in Ohio by telling all the coaches in Ohio that.
Oh, and by the way, I ain't want to cut you off, but by the way, Mr. Ohio right here in 1994.
Yes.
Won Mr. Ohio right here in basketball in 1994. That's
I had told all the coaches I didn't want to be in Ohio.
Okay.
You know, simply because Greg had went through Ohio State, and everything was going on with, guys taking money, guys doing this and that. I mean, I wasn't at Ohio State. I was at other colleges too.
Everywhere.
It was everywhere.
Yeah.
And Ohio had already had their name. They had Jim Jackson.
Yeah.
They had Greg. You know what I'm saying? So they had their Mr. Basketballs.
Yeah.
And I felt like, okay, y'all got them. Okay, I'm gonna go somewhere else and make my big splash.
Wow.
And so I wanted to be far enough from home, but close enough to home to where everyday fan can't see me.
Okay.
But the average fan that want to see me can come see me. And then the people that wasn't seeing me every day, that's out of my market area up here in Ohio, could see me.
Okay.
And so that was my idea. And when I went there, Milwaukee was like Lima.
Wow.
It reminded you of Lima. So seriously, no question. I mean, that's what made me comfortable. I didn't even get to play for the coach that recruited me.
You didn't?
No.
Okay.
No.
Legendary McGuire was there though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He was still around.
Yeah, that's my godfather.
He said you was assassin, basically. You know what I'm saying? You was his guy.
Yeah. Me and him was really close, man.
Now that's something, man. Now he iconic, man, and everybody know that in the college game. But bruh, then you go up there. Now you up there. Man, you got billboards and everything up there. You go see. So how did that all just evolve over there? I mean, did you just felt right at home as soon as you got there?
Yeah.
They gave you the ring?
No, not when I got there. I went there early.
Okay.
I left Lima early in the summer, and then I went down there, so I got a chance to work and kind of see what the city was like.
Okay.
And so once I figured out the city and how it felt, you know, it
Yeah.
it wasn't an average city.
Okay.
If you ain't from Milwaukee, don't go to Milwaukee.
Yeah, yeah,
If you ain't
yeah,
been,
I
if
bet,
you got
I
family
bet,
member
man.
from Milwaukee, you probably shouldn't go to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But it's one of them cities that you got to, like you said, you got to make it happen.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I was in that process of making it happen. So I knew no one knew me.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that's
Now
where I
can be
wanted to
myself.
be.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I
Now
always
can
told
really
you,
show.
I wanted
Yeah.
to be where no one knew me.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so I can make my name.
Yeah.
And so ain't nobody
Yeah.
making me.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I got you.
know,
I got
so
you.
that was my start in Milwaukee. And then, you know, over the summer you playing basketball with your fellas and your homies, and they got all of the players.
Yeah.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, yeah.
They got all the
Yeah.
players, free
Come
agents
on,
coming
come
in.
on, for sure.
You got
Sure,
your players.
sure.
You
Yeah.
got UWM players.
Okay,
You got
okay.
Wisconsin players coming down.
Yeah.
And you go to different gyms and play.
Yeah.
And so the top one's gonna stand out.
Right. That's
And
right.
so
That's right.
I started to play against, you know, the guys that I'm playing against, and I'm starting to really steal from them
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
at a rapid rate. That's what I like to call.
You said rapid rate.
Yeah, at a rapid rate. So they started noticing that I was stealing from them. You know?
I mean, so much
When I
to
say-
this cat.
I don't think nobody know what I'm saying when I say stealing
How you leading the team in
from.
rebounds, bro? How this
Stealing.
man leading the team in rebounds, bro?
You know, you stealing.
That's crazy.
Stealing. You know, sometimes you letting guys get rebounds. Sometimes they letting me get, you know, some
Okay.
things. You know, you playing the game. You know, so when you good with players, you can kind of know what they want. Like Russell.
Yeah,
How
okay.
Russell get all them rebounds? See, they letting them get them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like I
Yeah.
box out, I get that.
Yeah.
You box out your man for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that's what we're doing for everybody. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So, you know, if the center never boxes out, I can't never get a rebound.
Wow.
You know, so it's still the same thing. I don't look at that as that. What I do is I do one every quarter.
Okay. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I
Okay.
do one every quarter. If I do it early enough, I can get another one.
Okay.
And that's how I think about the game. That's how I think about everything.
Right.
You know,
right.
get one now, get one later.
Man,
You know.
that's crazy. So you go there, you go to college, you get over there, man. Then you go in Milwaukee. Now you done established yourself. Now you like one of the coldest basketball players over that way now. You know, now you starting to wind down a little bit.
Well,
know
you
what I'm
asked me how I get there. I got there by looking at that chart, at that top. You know, you started from nowhere.
Yeah, yeah,
Remember,
yeah,
remember
yeah,
when
yeah.
I was a freshman in high school,
Come
and
on,
then I was
yeah,
a freshman in
yeah,
college. Now,
uh-huh.
I had nothing.
Right.
And that's
right.
the start. That's where
Yeah.
you want to be. You want to be with no name on that chart. Get that vision of where I'm at. That's where my start is.
Yeah.
And so my start is to get up to where I can be in the top 5 at my position
Yeah.
at all times.
At
And so
all
that's what
times.
I'm doing. So at first I was like 24.
Okay.
I remember after my freshman I was like 24. I was like, man, it's not good. But it was good.
Yeah,
but it was
yeah, it
like
was good, but
seeing
it
it on
wasn't what you
paper
want.
for the first
Yeah.
time was like, it's 24.
Yeah,
It's 24.
that was easy.
And then I started looking at those players for the first time.
Okay.
You know, in high school you can't follow them. And in college you can watch them on TV.
Okay.
So now I'm starting to follow them on TV. Like, look, what he doing? What his stats is? What he,
Yeah.
you know, who they
Yeah.
playing against?
Yeah.
And so now you
Now
moving
you're
up.
starting to be a student of the
Yeah.
game
So
now.
So now you starting to move up. You like, okay, I'm better than him.
Yeah.
I'm better than him and him. So
Right,
then they
right.
start to see it. And then the next year you at 10.
Okay.
And then the next year you at 4 or 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you're looking at Chauncey Billups. You're looking at, you know, Jock Vaughn. I'm behind
Wow.
Brevin Knight. It was like 4.
All of them was coming along when you.
Yeah, they was
right
before
there.
me. It was
Wow, that's
Jock
crazy.
Vaughn
That's
number
crazy,
1.
man.
It was
Yeah,
Brevin
yeah.
Knight number 2.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was
all of them in the NBA.
you know, Mike Bibby was in there.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, because he was
yeah.
a freshman at Arizona then, so
Okay.
he creeped in there already,
Yeah.
and I was mad because of that.
Wow,
I said,
that's
well, he
crazy.
didn't have to pay his dues. And
Right,
that's the
right,
first time
right.
I realized who you
Yeah,
are,
who you are,
and
right.
how big of a market you play
Okay.
in determines where you at.
Okay,
And
okay.
so that's, you know, I came from a small town.
Yeah, yeah,
So
right, right.
small town, you got to
Yep.
make your way.
Yeah, for sure.
And
for
that's
sure.
just the dues you got to pay to get there.
Yeah, yeah.
And so being the first one to do it and no one knows where you coming from. It's like your mouths have told me I was from Australia.
That's crazy.
You know,
man.
coming in Lima,
That's
Ohio.
crazy.
Still, people
Yeah,
still don't
yeah.
know, you know, but
Yeah.
people are getting aware where Lima,
Yeah.
Ohio is at. They
Right,
know where
right.
Lima, Ohio is at
Right,
now.
for sure,
so,
for sure.
So you don't have to
Yeah,
worry about
for
that.
sure. But that's crazy, bro, how you just go over there and you establish yourself and you just go over there and you take records and you just, I mean, Marquette is a big school, man. You know what I'm saying? I was telling you about all the way back from, who I said, remember Buckner? I told you Quentin Buckner and all of them played, man, I'm talking
Yeah, Butch Lee,
yeah,
you got
Butch
Earl
Lee,
Tatum, you got,
I mean, you know,
Bo Ellis.
when we was coming along, it was all about, you know, Al McGuire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know, he had them in there always, and I love Marquette. And like I said, when I found out that you was going there, I already knew, you know what I'm saying, what it was going to be.
See, I went there as a Warrior.
Yeah.
I mean, I got as a Golden Eagle.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was the first Golden Eagle.
Come on.
So, you know,
crazy.
that's something, too, to be the first Golden Eagle, you know, to walk through the door. You know what I mean? So they still Golden Eagles right now. I wish they'd go back to Warriors, but who knows?
So what was the next move, man? I mean, what stunned you? What stopped the whole everything, man? Because from there, you was ready to go to the pros. You was there.
Yeah, I was a lot
of you say you was in the best shape of your life at that time.
Yeah, I was playing the best ball of my life.
So
I mean,
what happened, man?
The best.
You know what? Save that for a minute. Okay. You know what though? We've been sitting back, man, but you know what? Every now and then I gotta go back and pay them.
Okay.
So I'm gonna step away right quick. This S.M.K podcast, y'all already know what we do. We Frankenstein on the thing, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. We gonna bag off for a minute. Self-made kings, we out. Hey, here we go again. Self-made kings. Y'all already know what we is, and we already back here, and we got a good show going on today, man. We got the dude, Arron Hutchins here. Y'all already know about it, man. One of the best basketball players ever to come from around this little Lima area. 419, he got all that covered. He even rolling all over there in Chicago and Milwaukee area over there, doing all this thing, man. But anyway, we got you back here, bro, and this is what I want to talk about, man. You you've been through a lot of things, bro. So you made it through college, and so now you on your way finna make it to the pros. I mean, you got people around you, Mike Bibby. You said
Steve Nash. You got all those guys. You got Vince Carter.
So all y'all lined up.
Allen Iverson. All them guys coming out. I was supposed to come out in '96.
In '96.
I was supposed to come out in '96. I decided to stay in school that year.
Now tell me, bro. Now, and I want everybody else to know too, because you know what I'm saying, if this hadn't happened, this man being pros right now is probably still doing his thing. What happened that day?
I was packed, ready to go. You know, I was going to go to Phoenix. We had Phoenix, Chicago combines. Then you had to go to Phoenix. Then you had to go to Chicago. So I was going to fly out to Phoenix the next day. It was probably around 3:30. I get a phone call, and it's one of my buddies telling me, you know, he gonna come pick me up. You know, he know I'm bored. I ain't got nothing to do. I just been sitting around, kind of just balling, just waiting. You know, just staying ready.
Yeah, staying ready.
This is my day to go.
Best shape of your life.
Yeah, this is the day before I got to go.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I'm saying my goodbyes. I'm, you know, telling everybody I'm about to go. They wishing me congratulations and those type things. So about 3:45, he picked me up. We go across town. We about to go across town, get something to eat, drive around for a minute. Let me see the city for one last time and come back. So we coming back. I think we did a U-turn. We come back. We on 34th and Center. Come to a stop. A couple cars coming across the street, and you know, one car telling us to come on across the street, and we come across the street, and there's another car hit the gutter lane, and then swipe us, T-bone us, and then we end up spinning. Everybody in the car was injured. I end up actually on ESPN that night. They ran a story on what happened, and they gave me all the injuries in the car.
Okay.
So it was 4 of us in the car. I had all the injuries. So one of my partners, he broke his hip in 3 places.
Okay.
He broke his pelvis in 3 places. So he was in the back seat with me. The guy in the front seat, he had some lacerations on his face, on his hands. And the guy in the front seat, my buddy, he gets out and run. He ain't got no license.
Okay.
The one that called me, he ain't got no license. He done bailed out.
Okay.
So now I'm in the car, kind of groggy, waking up.
Yeah.
But when we were spinning around in the car, I was focused.
Yeah.
And everything was moving in slow motion, and I'm seeing my guy on the ceiling. He's sitting down, but he on the ceiling.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a horrific sight to see.
That's crazy, bro.
And when I come to, I remember getting hit, but I don't remember the pain.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I remember the car stopping, and then I remember him screaming in the back seat real loud for his mom, for anybody to help, God, everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
And at some point in that scream, I got agitated because I was supposed to be somewhere, and I couldn't be in this car.
Wow.
And so I I turned to him and I said, "Shut up."
Yeah.
And when I said "shut up," my jaw fell off, and it hit me in the chest. And from that moment on, I've been picking my life up, literally like I was picking my jaw up that day.
Wow.
And so I picked my jaw up, you know, blood streaming out of my mouth, ambulance on the scene. My cousin was on the scene there, and he said, I woke up and I kind of looked at him and I said, "How you get here so fast?" And he said, "I got a phone call from one of my buddies came into the shop, and he told me you had been in an accident." Now, this 15 minutes after the accident.
Right.
He on the east side, I'm in the middle of the city, kind of like.
Okay.
And so I'm still, I'm my mind busy right now.
Yeah. Sure.
So he say that, they get me to the hospital. When I get to the hospital, there's about 100 to 150 people outside.
Yeah.
With signs saying,
yeah, because they start.
Get well.
They stars.
Now this is very quickly now.
Yeah.
This is happening in real time. No Google, no internet. Well, you know, like that.
But you said what you call was kind of small city though, right?
What's that?
Milwaukee.
It's not a small city, but it's a close-knit city where you know when they love you, they love you.
Yeah. And
they
got
go
around quick,
yeah, your name get around quick when they love you.
They got on the
accident. You know, and so everybody was at the hospital. And my brain was busy, so the time is going too quickly, but it is going quick.
Okay.
You know, I'm rushed to the hospital.
Right.
When I get to the hospital, it's cameras, it's like a movie.
Yeah.
The cameras is flashing, I'm going through the doors, all I'm seeing is cameras. I don't know what's going on yet, and then so everything calms down. I hear phone calls in the back telling me we need a doctor. Doctor's flying out to Florida, he comes back off vacation and hit me up because he's supposed to be the best and I need the best because I got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And so my assistant coach walks in the room and he asks me, "What's wrong?" Now I got bandages all over my face. I can't talk, so I'm pointing, you know, telling him, you know, my leg hurt, this hurt. Well, he already know my mouth is, you know, messed up. And so he runs back out. When he runs out that door, he opens the door. I see those flashing lights again, all the media outside. And so he goes and proceeds to tell the media that I got everybody's injuries in the car, which is the 3 broken hip, you know, places, the 3 pelvis broke. You know, I'm broken all up.
Right.
And my injuries and everybody else. So they run and tell ESPN. You know, I'm a top guard coming out.
Right,
so this is a big news.
Yes, big news. Better believe it was.
So, and back at that time, Glenn Robinson, Big Dog, was one of my best friends.
Okay.
You know, so me and him was hanging real tough every night.
Okay.
So he called me from the hospital, and he had a game in Atlanta that night. He told me he'd be back to come see me. And so I had to change my name to the hospital because everyone was calling up to the hospital.
Wow.
So I had a conversation with God and my agent, which was Johnny Cochran.
Okay. Well, his agent was Johnny Cochran, y'all.
Yeah.
You know Johnny Cochran?
Yeah. So he had sent me a big bouquet of flowers, and I was confused at why he had sent me them flowers, you know. And so me and him had a conversation. He was just telling me, because he told me thank you on the card.
Okay.
And I didn't know what that meant, if he was letting me go or... You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or
you still had your mind set on, I'm still
and I'm in the hospital thinking, oh, is he gonna leave me too? Yeah. You know, so so I'm sitting in the hospital, and you know, I'm seeing the flowers and I'm seeing everything go on. My friends calling me, you know, some of them can't reach me because I didn't change my name to the hospital room. So my mom flew up there so quick, everybody's there. So at this time, back then, draft stock plummet.
Yeah, yes, I know.
Yeah, so the accident, when I got in the accident, when I got done spinning from the accident, the first thing I did was I checked my watch. I always wear a watch, you know what I'm saying? And I checked my watch, it was 4 o'clock. My plane left at 4 o'clock.
Wow.
I mean, it was 4 o'clock on an even, to the point where when you look at your watch and you see 4 o'clock and you can't see the second hand 4 o'clock. It was 4 o'clock, and then my flight. And so that was the first thing that went off in my head, you know? So I knew I missed that plane. You know, but my thing was how long.
Right.
And so I didn't know I had to sit with these bars in my mouth for 4 months.
So you lost 30 pounds?
35 pounds. I was 171 at my playing weight. That's my playing weight, you know, and I was 171, so I was probably 135, you know, somewhere around there, 136. And then I ended up going to FILA Pro League like 4 months later without any training, without any conditioning, without any shots up.
Yeah.
Imagine you ain't never not touched the ball for 4 hours, let alone for, you know, months.
Okay.
I couldn't jump. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't put my head straight down, look at the ground.
Right.
Nothing. I had, you know, I broke my jaw this way and my chin this way. So I got screws all in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? So I had things that probably the regular people broke the jaw, they back at it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But for sure.
No, mine wasn't like that. So I couldn't really move like I wanted to, you know, your face.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Sure,
so once I got them bars out, I was ready to go, but I didn't know how I would play with not being, you know, playing against different people now. And then, they did kept going and got additional training now. They didn't got the elite training now that I didn't get to get. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm throwing into that mix. And then, boom, go through that, play pretty good. They only giving me like 8 minutes a game. I'm averaging probably about 8 points. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not getting in when I want to be in. I'm bringing them back, but then I ain't getting in to close the games. But that's what I do. And so I didn't like that, you know. So I decided I was gonna go with another agent. Because the agent was running out of money anyway. Because he took a lot of stuff on. Johnny did, and it was his first year doing it. And he was taking on a lot, and he was clashing with his people. So I decided to move in a different way. But then again, I turned back around and found Johnny again because he ran into my guy, Lamont Smith, who was a big-time football agent then. And they collided, and then so they got together. But then that fell off again because Lamont started stealing his clients. And so it was a big, you know, Johnny was the man back then.
Right, for sure.
So everybody was trying to take from Johnny and get something from Johnny anyway. And Johnny was just trying to help, you know. So, you know, but going back to what happened is that the lockout came. I don't know if y'all remember in 1998. The lockout came. So when the lockout came, a lot of things changed. The Larry Bird rule, a lot of pensions, you know, being removed, and a lot of people, you know, losing a lot in that process. So they changed the concept of what they was doing business-wise in the NBA and how you see the business deals being made now and how much money they getting paid. So they was going in a different direction to start making a lot more money. And so they had to do it a different way. So they froze the league for, 6 months out that year. You know, so it was a draft, but it wasn't the draft that it should have been because they knew they wasn't going to get the picks they were supposed to get because, you know, people was going to go transition and go play overseas or do what they had to do, you know, to make their money. They wasn't going to sit out for 6 more months and wait for the NBA to get their stuff together. So I had to go back into the draft in '99 to try to come back out. And I had no team. I was going to go to Turkey, but I didn't go to Turkey because of the accident. You see what I'm saying? Because I was going to make that transition to go to Turkey when I had the accident and didn't know if I was going to make the NBA to be able to go in that time frame. So it was like an accident that stopped everything. Now you got to pursue different options, but your options are still on the table. You get what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
But back then, you didn't have the phone calls to be able to Google, the Twitter, the email, to be able to hit these people up like that. So it was real time moving. And so they don't, you know, waste time on you like that.
Time
you know what I'm saying?
Nobody.
So there's another person they can get. And plus, I was the little guy.
So,
you know, so.
That's crazy, man. But you know, you done been through so much, bro. So you go over there, man. You shine over there. And then in the end, you know what I'm saying, you had your dream. You had your dream to make it to the NBA. So you decided to come back here, right?
Right.
So, man, like, you know, you right here right now. And my thing is, like, you know, you never tried to coach with Lima Senior, anything like that, man?
Well, people
because,
don't.
Bro, you like one of the best ball players from around here. So
people don't know. People don't know. They be asking me about coaching, and I'll be like, I be coaching. Y'all don't see it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I know that, but I'm talking about, you know, far as the school.
No. When I say that, I mean that when people around here act like I'm not coaching, what I'm actually doing is advising. That's what they will call me.
Okay.
They don't want to call me a coach.
Yeah, for sure.
They want to call me an advisor. Okay, because the advisor is the one that can sit on the bench or whatever, but when we want to change his title, we can change his title. The advisor is the one that's developing and training and doing all the things behind the scenes, but they can change his title.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So when you say coaching, it's like I just haven't been able to get my own.
Okay.
Now, when I say my own, meaning that I want to run the program the way I want to run the program.
Okay. Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
You should be able to get that right.
Yeah, that should be no problem considering
Yes.
I've ran every program that I've ever been in.
Okay.
You know, no one's ever said don't do it that way.
Right.
To me.
Right.
Never. They always ask me what to do.
Now you took LCC to the championship, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
it speaks for itself.
Yeah, like
everything that you done.
Yeah, like even when I played with S.M.K didn't tell us what to do. We made a few plays, and you know, he called the plays, and we jump on the opponent, and from that moment on, it's what we want to do.
Yeah,
you know,
freestyle,
it's really nothing to it. You know, but then when you start doing things that's outside of his box, to where he can't tell you what to do when you do those things, then they don't control you anymore. You know what I'm saying? They can't control you anymore. So I can do things that if I want to do them, I can do them. If I don't, I do them the way I want to do them. If you tell me to do something and I know it's not going to work, I can choose to do that or not do that.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? So sometimes when you say, oh, you lost 3 state championships, well, sometimes I was doing what I was told.
Yeah.
You know, the majority, the 3 times I was doing what I was told.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
for sure.
Sometimes I wasn't doing anything because I wasn't told anything.
Okay.
And then sometimes you were told to do what you got to do.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that's the politics.
You know, but you never being told what to do is what I'm saying. You know, they're instructing you what to do, but you're never being told what to do. So it's always been on me anyway.
Yeah, I was finna say you freestyle after that.
Yeah,
I know the game.
Yeah, even like plays.
Yeah,
you know, like I go over to schools and I set up plays.
Yeah,
you know, different things to do with the type of style of play that you have.
Yeah,
you know, we want to run the same plays every single year.
Okay.
You know, and that seems to be a problem.
Right.
Because if I decide to, if I'm a player, right? You're a player, and I go to LCC, you go to Lima, and I go teach these kids how to play.
Okay.
Why would I give them the same play I give you?
Right, for sure.
Right, so I got to give them different plays, right? So I can take different plays and give them to you if you need them.
Yeah,
right.
I understand.
But these are plays that I have.
Yeah.
These aren't plays that you normally would see a regular team run.
Right.
So that's what I'm doing when I'm out there.
I got you.
You know, I'm doing things that, you know, like for instance, when we worked in 16 when we won a state championship, and that was one of your biggest questions to me just now. Like, why don't you be coaching? Well, and I've been coaching since 2003.
Yeah, you still doing your thing.
So every year, I decide the right to be able to coach, right?
Yeah, right.
So I can take a year off if I want to.
Okay.
Especially if I'm not getting what I want.
Yeah, give me what I want. Give me what I want.
So if I decide to come in and help you, I decide to.
Right.
What I do is that, or no, it's not what. Excuse me, it's not what I do. It's what the coaches do.
Yeah.
When they decide that they want to, or not, I said that wrong. I'm sorry. When they want to coach the team the way they want to coach the team and it's not working. Okay, that's when they call me.
Yeah.
And they want me to
Let's
redesign.
change this up. Let's redesign it. I got you. I know
and honestly, I've been doing that for free for so long that I'm not getting any recognition, and I'm starting to get frustrated with that. Wow. And so that's why I'm starting to speak out against what's going on and why. You know, this ain't happening for certain people. Right. You know, because everyone knows my talents.
And see, that's why I say that, because I just feel like you should be somewhere, you know, bigger. And I don't know what you.
Well, people tell me to leave Lima, and I'm saying,
that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. You want to do your thing right here where they made you at. You know what, bro? Let me do this for a second. We got Frankenstein here. He over here itching to ask you this question, bro.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let him go on ask you this question. You know what I'm saying? And let him, because he got some nice little stuff he want to talk to you about. You know, we gonna get on because like I said, we can get into this thing, man, with Lima Senior, and not only Lima Senior, just the whole school system around here. I just feel like let's get into that. But we gonna do that. We gonna do that.
I like that.
Okay, what's happening over here with Frankenstein? What's this, my dude right here, man? Yes, sir. This is my dude. What's shaking with it? And while you do that, though, hold up. Let me set this thing off right. While you do that, I'm gonna sneak over here and I'm gonna start getting this bottle set up, man, for the big celebration. Okay, do your thing.
Yeah. So since we got acquainted up here and whatnot, I'm curious, you know what I mean? Asking questions like, would you do like pre-game preparation? Like who would be somebody you would sit back and listen to in that era or even now?
Okay. I'll say back when I was in high school, music was really, really big to me. Even in college, it was big where we would be able to play, you know, the music we want to play, you know, and the coaches would come in and say, "Oh, you can't play that. You can't. That's too loud." You know what I mean? So yeah, it's too much derogatory language in there. So you know, in high school we had more of we couldn't really play it on the speakers, so we had our headphones. You know, you had CD players, you had your tape deck. You know,
big old headphones on.
Yeah. So before the game, I would play like Little Ghetto Boy. You know what I'm saying? I would play Scarface. I would play Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Those were the ones I would really play. Little
Tupac,
Ghetto.
I got him over there on the wall.
I would play Brenda's Got a Baby. I would play heartfelt songs, you know, to get me going. Yeah, I wouldn't play like something street. Yeah, I wouldn't play something like that. I would play something like Where I Come From. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Brenda Got a Baby. You know what I mean?
I like that right there.
Or Dear Mama or something, you know what I mean?
That's smooth.
That's something, you know, because I would make me think about what I'm really doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it for my mama. I'm doing it for the girl that's lost in the street. I'm doing it for, you know, anybody like that, you know, that's struggling, you know, because people didn't know I was struggling. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I would zone out and I would get the teary eyed. I would wait till that tear spark. And once that tear spark, I would get up and I would go do my routine. And so once I get into my routine, I was, wasn't nobody doing no routine back then. You know, didn't nobody have a ritual or like they call it now or a
LeBron James.
You know, I called it, repertoire or something. You know, it's like more like Steph Curry do when he go through his shooting drills.
You were just out there going through your
You know, I set up something to where I like to do that got me in my mode. You know what I mean? So that's what I would do. I would listen to them songs, and if it sparked my tear, I turn it off and I locked in. You know?
Okay, so like you say, you just liking Steph Curry kind of. So like, who was the top player back in the day that influenced your game, or who you like shadowed yourself after?
A couple people. First, when I was younger, it was Isaiah Thomas. That was
you was Isaiah? Okay, I thought you was gonna say Jordan. Oh, yeah, I go with that though.
Yeah, that was my first. That was my first.
Zeke the Freak.
Yeah, that was my first love. You know. Yeah, that was the.
Yeah, Bad Boys.
That was the first Stevie Wonder with the basketball to me.
Yeah,
you know, with the he could dribble with each finger.
Yeah, come on.
So that's what I taught myself to do, and being able to do that, and then watch him play like. What I looked at for him was his big brother, Magic. You know, growing up and watching the game evolve, and then being at that camp in '86 when they both was there, and Magic kissing on my mom, and seeing Isaiah take the picture.
So you say you was there?
Oh wow!
Okay. Yeah, I'm like in the picture in the back, walking out the door. You can see me in the picture walking out the door, looking at my mom like he asking my mom on the date. So. My mom had them that night. All the stars was there in Columbus. It was in Columbus. It was at East High School in Columbus. It was the Herb Williams basketball camp, and I remember that night specifically because that's what made me love Magic.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I seen how he treated Isaiah. You know what I'm saying? People say, oh, they kiss or whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
If you seen the love they had for each other, you wouldn't worry about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was like two guys that genuinely loved each other.
They made it, man. That's a different type of love, man. When you made it through the system, brought your mom, all these people along, everybody millionaires now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you ain't got to worry about nothing. It's a whole different thing, man.
Yeah, so that was my favorite. He was my favorite, but to actually tell you my favorite is kind of a secret, man. Because
we
want
to know.
I might say like Tyler Hansbrough or something like that.
I'm thinking you finna say Jordan.
Nah, but I'm gonna say like Rod Strickland.
Rod, you like Rod Strickland? Yeah. I like Rod Strickland. He was decent. He was all right.
And I say that humbly. I say that humbly because when I say that, I'm looking for the person when I say that to kind of just like look like I'm looking, like look away, because people don't know Rod went to the playoffs every year.
I like the Rod Strickland. He was a decent ball player back then, man.
And if you remember, like I remember, he played Michael Jordan pretty good.
Yeah, he played with all the boys.
You know, he was 6 foot and he could play with the big boys.
And he had a little feisty. He was feisty too.
He liked to post up.
Yep.
You know, I like to play strong. I like to post up. I like to show you my whole game. I don't just like to be the 5'10", 5'9" guy that. No, I'm gonna show you I can defend in the post. I can post whoever 6'7" up. I can take him outside. I can run. I can blow by him. I can do all of that. You know what I mean? That's what I like about the game. And then I can, at the same time, I can do it without being flashy.
Yeah,
you know
it's just a natural.
I don't have to be flashy. I don't have to be flashy. I can do it real slow and just be like, oh, okay. He's like getting it done. Like he's like Andre Miller. He's like slow, methodical.
Baby Jordan.
You know what I'm saying? But then you can get flashy and finesse with it.
Baby Jordan.
You know, so
hold up for a second. Hold up, let me get, y'all already know, man, I be wanting to get to that bottle, man. This is my favorite part of the show. You know, let's pop this bottle right quick, man, and we gonna go and finish chop it up. Matter of fact, go and ask your question. Why I going on get the pop? Look, bro, for all you do, let me give you your flowers today. Right now, we got this Bel Air boy. He gonna bust him for you. Let's get that pop going, y'all, around here, y'all.
All right, so the last question is, what advice would you give any like up and coming, like they right on the cusp of trying to probably graduate or go to college, or even like any parent, like camp wise or work wise? What would you tell them to do, like as far as like the steps? You know,
honestly, that means I'm already talking to them, right? Would that mean I'm already talking to him? So I would say first come to me and kind of pick my brain and see what I'm thinking about, because I really think that I think generally for everybody, because I've been there and I've done it before, and I feel like I had to do it by myself. So if I had a parent and parents to actually buffer off of, and them buffer off me of what they really wanted to do, I think that'd be a great thing, because not only would they would give from the personal viewpoint of the kid doing it by himself, but then doing it with help. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I would say come to me and talk to me about it and see what I can do to help and what ideas I have for the child and what vision that I see for the child. It's kind of like taking them to a singer, or you know, somebody to get, or taking your car to get a diagnosis.
So you just want to evaluate.
Yeah, even if your kid is not even the college route, but just if he wants to get better. And in life, if he wants to get better at basketball or football, I mean, I know about all of that. You know, I did all of those things. So I'm not just versed in basketball. I mean, I can what I do in basketball actually transfers to football, transfers to soccer, transfers to the other sports. So I can give them knowledge in all of that, you know, balance and technique, you know what I mean, and fundamentals. So just the basics, and more so the elite basics. You know, there's a basic, but then there's elite basic. You know, you can't say basic. You know, what's basic?
What made you go back to school, man, after 21 years? I mean, that's part of the thing. I know that should be part of it. You know, that's kind of like a requirement.
Well, you know, when I was going, I told you I was going to come out in '96.
Okay.
Marquette thought I was going to come out in '96, but I called home and my mom said stay in school. Okay. So my junior year, they scheduled me a bunch of, you know, electives. And so my senior year, I didn't know this until I went back to school. So I just found this out 3 years ago. So my senior year, they scheduled a few classes, because now I'm back in school, so now they got to have a few core classes. And they scheduled, you know, my workload. So, but at that point, I didn't have enough core classes. I was one class short of core. Okay? So me being me, I said, forget it. I'm going to graduate. Let me get to this draft.
Let me finish doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, let me get the season's over now. Let me get to this draft. And so when the accident happened, it was kind of like, oh, what happened?
Knocked everything.
So then in '99, I come back and I'm like, go back to school, right? And I'm like, I'm going to finish. But then I'm like, life hit me. Yeah. I got a girlfriend to take care of.
Yeah.
You know, we both trying to go to school. Yeah. And it's just like, wow. I don't really build for school. I came to school to play basketball.
Okay.
Didn't really think afterward because I knew I was going to work hard enough to get to where I had to go. That was no question. And so I left school. I go to Minnesota. I started selling cell phones. And the guy that seen me on the accident that night, he was actually the guy that, you know, got me selling cell phones. So we was really starting prepay. We was the guys that really invented or started prepay. People don't know this. And so we went up to Minnesota, started selling cell phones. I decided I wanted to come back home after the 9/11. I woke up on TV and 9/11 was happening.
Wow.
And I thought it was a movie. I thought I was watching like Black Hawk Down or something.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
I seen the same thing.
It was like. Then I seen the second one hit, and I was like, "Oh, whoa, this is for real." And for real, y'all. And this is a true story. And I have a tendency to do this. In the middle of the broadcast going on, I picked up my bags, and I left and came to Ohio. I was $1,100 short, didn't pay my rent or nothing. I just left. And I ended up back at the same company. I just moved up to Columbus. They had a little thing going on. I went to Easton. And so I lived in Columbus for a while, and I came back home. And I said, okay, this is cool. All right, I can be normal again. I can go to the mall again.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? I can walk around again. I can be me.
Yeah,
you know, I can grow my braids. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I can do something different. You know what I mean? So that kind of enticed me for a while. Then I was like, you know what? I want to coach. You know what I mean? I want to do what I want to do. I want to coach. I don't want, you know what? The love of the game, far as playing, is kind of gone because they forgot about me. You know what I mean? They forgot about me. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like they don't want to hear you sing no more. You feel what I'm saying? Like, well, okay, so if I ain't sung in a long time and y'all been watching all these other acts, you ain't been missing me, right? So that's how I felt at that time. You know what I'm saying? So when I decided to say something or do something, I meant it. And when I hung it up, I hung it up. I could have went back. I could still play today. You know what I mean? I still do what I do, you know what I mean, today. But I don't let nobody see the same thing I used to until the zebras come out. When the zebras come out, then it's time to show you what I do. You know what I mean? Crazy, everything else is just exhibition. It's just fundamentally me playing around. You know what I mean? But when it's real time to show you what I really know, you'll really understand.
So you back here, you back around, you back in Lima, man, and you doing your thing, you know, and man, it's just so much you done been through, bro. You know what I'm saying? And but you ain't there to lock you off. You know, you come back here, bro. You go back to school, go back and get your degree. You know what I'm saying? Now you pop back around. You know what I'm saying, man? But yeah, I'm just hoping that, you know, that the show, that people that do get a chance to see the show, they'll see that the brother, man, you know what I'm saying, he come from around here, he played ball like he was supposed to. He came, you know what I'm saying, and sometimes it seems like if you put in this type of work, it seems like if you come back home, we should be able to accept that, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, because you got all the credentials. If you ain't had the credentials, it'd be something else. But you got all the credentials.
Yeah, I ain't never been in trouble, never been arrested.
Yeah, man, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But now the door is open. For a minute, I understood around here because, you know, nobody can get into culture. They had a thing, you know how they was. Right. But once they knocked that door in and they started letting everybody on in and letting us finally letting us in.
Yeah. It's like Steve Nash.
Ain't no way in the world you should be coaching around here somewhere.
You know,
in Lima.
It's like Steve Nash. I play against Steve Nash, and that's probably my best college game ever.
Okay.
You know, 1 assist away from a triple double.
You know, Steve Nash,
and so he get his chance, and he ain't never coached nothing. You know, so and he in the NBA. You know, so, but he played in the NBA.
Yeah.
I feel like I've played in high school. I've played in college.
Yeah.
You don't really need that.
Right.
You know, if I'm smart enough to hire smarter people than me, I think we're going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's how I look at things, you know what I'm saying? So if I can only get my foot in the door to show the people what I really can do to the athlete, not only on the court.
Okay.
But like to make him think, you know, to make the organization think about something else, to make, you know, to make them all evolve.
Now listen to that, y'all. Now, bruh, on the way out, I want you to tell them, man, like, we got a chance right now. This Lima, you know what I'm saying? They've been slipping cuts, you already know. We know what you do, you know what I'm saying? And before we get out of here, man, I want you to just let Lima know, man, what could we do, man, to try to make it better, man? I mean, to get all y'all on the right page, man.
Well, right now I'm doing, you know, I bought a big building, you know, over here on Jackson Street.
Okay.
And, you know, my ambition was to start a basketball academy.
Okay.
And, you know, that was my goal, you know, but, you know, it's not going the way I want it to right now. What I'm trying to do right now is do that same thing, but actually make it a whole community in-house thing, you know, where we can come together and actually, you know, celebrate each other. We can come and have some place to go. We can throw our events, we can throw our weddings, we can throw our, you know, comedy shows. We can actually have a good time and actually have a big enough event to a place to where we actually can all come and be a part of it, to where we ain't segregated to only come, it's too crowded, Corona, and all of this stuff. So that's what I'm trying to do. You know, I got into, you know, the nip hustle thing. You know what I mean? I got into the real estate thing. And so that's what I'm trying to do right now. I just wish that Lima get behind me and support me, and, you know, in my coaching endeavors, you know, and everything I'm trying to do in the coaching wise, you know, put my name out there, you know, let them know, you know, the criterias that they have or the criterias that I meet. And, you know, I want to actually show with results. I don't want to just talk, you know what I mean? So that's my whole message to Lima.
Man, this Arron Hutchins, man, look here, bro. Y'all don't sit right here. Y'all done heard it all. The bro came in, man, this Black History Month, and you already know, man, he part of our history around here. So if y'all don't give it up, I'm going to give it up, and this is what we going to do, man. But you know what? Before we get up out of here, man, we got a song, man, that's coming, man. Frankenstein going to do his thing, man, and we going to show out up in here in a little bit. But like I said, bro, we going to close this thing off. Guess what? We going to try to get together. Let's do this again. Maybe we going to be able to try to figure out how we can get you going, man, and get this thing going, man, some type of way.
Yeah,
you know
any type of way. Any type of way.
All right. You already know I love you, brother. This man right here came and showed up, man, and showed out. So this love, we already know what he do. He play ball, this b-ball, Arron Hutchins, a.k.a. Hot Sauce, a.k.a. Baby Jordan. Hey, Floor General. It's all of that, man, right here. What? Say that again?
Little General.
Little General.
Yeah, hard rock.
Hard rock.
You know, so many days.
That's what it is, man. You know. Okay, but we gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Sauce, man, we love you. All right, bro. All right, we out of here. So S.M.K. podcast. Y'all know what we do, man. We'll see you next time when we out.
Wise, you know, put my name out there, you know, let them know, you know, the criterias that they have or the criterias that I meet, and you know, I want to actually show, with results. I don't want to just talk, you know what I mean? So that's my whole message to Lima.
Man, this Arron Hutchins, man, look here, bro. Y'all don't sit right here. Y'all done heard it all. The bro came in, man. This Black History. Self-made kings. That means anything that you want to be in life, you can be that. We all kings. Somebody say you had over 60 offers. And who gave it to you? Seg had all on the desk right there in front of you.
How that went was
shout out to Seg too over there, man. Shout out to Seg. Go Seg, you know this. Yep.
Yeah, but how Seg kind of presented this to me was, you know, the old Thomas Terry.
Yeah, I know Thomas Terry. Mutt.
Yeah,
come on, man.
All right, shout out to Mutt.
Shout out to Mutt, baby. That's my dude.
Shout out. But he used to tell me about him.
Yeah.
And so he told me how he wore the number. Yeah. And everything.
He told you about Mutt. That's crazy.
And so he's, you know, he from the hood. And, you know,
that's right.
So,
that's right.
So, you know,
as they get.
And Seg ran with my father. So, you know, he telling me all the stories about how they used to run together.
Yeah.
So he told me how he wanted to go to Marquette. But, you know, things happen.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, other than that, that was kind of where, in my head, the first story he ever told me about somebody good at, you know, at LCC that I can relate to. You know,
I mean, he told you about Curly too, probably.
Yeah. So, but I used to walk up Spring, you know, and try to just bump into him.
Okay.
They don't know that.
Come on.
You know, they don't know that though. But I was looking for knowledge. I was looking for anything that I can get to grasp onto, and I think this was probably.
Self-made kings. That means anything that you want to be in life, you can be that. We all kings. Hey, what a great show we had tonight. Arron Hutchins, a.k.a. Hot Sauce, a.k.a. Floyd General. Hey, you know what? He's from around here. He's our own. Okay, now do us a favor. Go back, like and subscribe. YouTube, Self-Made Kings. Go back, like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that push button notification. Therefore, you'll get a notice the next time a new episode come out. Remember, we're the Self-Made Kings. We love you, and we out.